Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. To my new or returning subscribers, I'm EVE and this is The Eve Effect. Alright guys, so today's video is about neglect, and I have surely been neglecting quite a few fragrances in my collection, and naturally so because my collection has grown quite a bit. And so I wanted to bring to you 10 fragrances with an honorable mention of ones that I used to have in either heavy rotation or some kind of rotation once upon a time. But yeah, I wanted to show a little bit of love to the ones that I've been neglecting, and I'm going to make a concerted effort to try to get them back into some kind of rotation for 2022. Y'all remember that beef that I told y'all that me and the sun had? Okay, the sun is sunning today and I just really need for it to cooperate so I can finish filming this video. Okay, so my honorable mention goes to Burberry Body. Now, the reason why this is even an honorable mention and not in the actual list is because I did get an opportunity to finally wear her again a couple weeks ago, and what even prompted me was because of a video that I saw from Veronica Says. She had mentioned this one and she reminded me to go to the back of my shelf and pull her out and give her some wear. So that's what I decided to do. And y'all, this is a really pretty, clean, musky, powdery scent. And I predominantly wore this fragrance when I was going to work in the office, but because I hadn't been going to the office since we've been in this panini, yeah, I haven't really been reaching for her. But this is quite a really nice, clean, somewhat soapy fragrance. It's got vanilla, it's got cashmere and wood, and it's got musk. And you guys know I love musk. So yeah, I hope and plan to spray her more regularly this year as well, but this is truly a pretty one. Some may say that it's cheap and basic. I think opposite. This is a nice, very inexpensive, very inoffensive fragrance, great for the office, and also great for kind of just chilling around the house and cozying up. So Burberry Body gets my honorable mention. Okay, so the rest of these are in no particular order. I'm just gonna grab one, give you a quick blurb, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one, okay? So the first one I have is Radiant Nectar from Clean Reserve. Now this one, it's been at least a year since I've worn this. But this is another clean, sweet, musky scent. Y'all, I really, really love this one. And this has been sitting in the back of my shelf too. So I definitely need to revisit and show this one some love. This is perfect for when you're fresh out the shower and you want something sweet and clean to spray on. And for me, the lasting power on this, from what I remember, was quite decent. And this is an inexpensive fragrance. You can find this at Sephora. It's got musk, it's got vanilla. I think it has some iris in it as well as some woody notes at the bottom. So really do enjoy this one. I love sniffing this one from the nozzle. I just need to get some wear out of it. More so during the spring and summertime is when I plan to bring this into heavy rotation, but this definitely deserves more love from me, and I will for sure get some use out of it again in 2022. Okay, so next up is another one from Burberry, and this one is My Burberry Black. Now, me personally, I love this entire line. I've owned and gone through several bottles of the regular My Burberry, and that one has the tan colored or light brown colored top. I currently own the My Burberry Blush, which has the pink top, and then of course this one now is the My Burberry Black, and this is a dark brown or tortoise colored top. Now, I'm not sure what this one has been doing in the back of my shelf. Maybe it's been tussling with the other fragrances, but it should have a black bow on it. But yeah, it's missing. I don't know, but this is a gorgeous and very sultry, ambery, patchouli type of scent. If you do not like patchouli or do not appreciate patchouli, you will not like this because the patchouli is ever so present in this fragrance. And in my opinion, I feel like the DNA of this is present in all three, but it's definitely more intense in this one. It's intensified in this one. And I love it. I love it. I've owned this bottle for maybe 3 years. And I have not sprayed this. I've not worn this at least a year and a half, okay? But this is a deep ambery patchouli scent. It's got peach, it's got rose, it's got jasmine, it's got vanilla, it's got, of course, amber and patchouli. So when I smell this, I think about a peach that's dressed up in a rosy red dress, okay? And then she's got her velvety shawl of patchouli just draped around one shoulder, okay? One shoulder's covered up in patchouli, and then the other shoulder is exposed, and it's just giving winks to all the girls, okay? This is a beautiful, sexy date night type of scent, and I definitely need to bring this one out more for 2022, because honey, we're going on dates in 2022, okay? Regardless of what the Panini says, we're going on dates in 2022. So next up, I have Chloe by Chloe. Now, for me, this is an OG fragrance. Homegirl has been around for years and years and years and years. This has got to be bottle number 5100 or something like that. She's been around for a very, very long time. And so once upon a time when I was a signature scent type of girl, it was her that was holding me down, okay? It was her who was topping off my outfit when I needed that smell good accessory. It was Miss Chloe, okay? Doing the damn thing. So this is a clean, soapy, fresh, non-offensive type of scent. It's got rose, it's got peonies, it's definitely got some jasmine in here, lychee, I believe, as well as some woody notes at the bottom. Very pretty, non-offensive, everyday type of scent. I also wore this a lot to work, and yeah, I really do love this one. I doubt that I buy another bottle. I really feel like this is going to be the retirement bottle, and so I doubt that I will fully get through this bottle either, but this is going to definitely stay in my collection and just serve as a nostalgic type of scent, as well as just, you know, a sentimental fragrance, because I've had her for such a long time. I've had this scent in my collection for such a long time, and I've worn this scent for quite a few different events in my life. And so this particular bottle is about maybe 3.5 years old, and the top has oxidized quite a bit because it's metal, but the dent in this one is not significant at all. Like I said, I've been neglecting her so much, but I'm gonna show her some love this year. So this next one is one that might surprise you, and that is Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with what this gives. This is that super sweet marshmallowy goodness, and I absolutely love it, but I just have not been reaching for it. So this one has a bunch of notes in it, but it's predominantly orange blossom and neroli. It also has vanilla and caramel and jasmine as well, but predominantly orange blossom is what you're getting from here. And for me, this borders or teeters that line of being too much, overly sweet, and just enough gourmandishness that I can handle. And I really feel like I have not been reaching for this one because I've been going in on my samples of Oriana from Parfums de Marly. And so Oriana has lots of similarities to this. They both give you that marshmallowy type of vibe. But Oriana is a little bit more fresh. It's a little bit more vibrant in my opinion. It's not as dense like this one is. And so I really feel like that's why I've been neglecting this scent. But nonetheless, this is a beautiful scent. So I'm gonna show this one some more love, especially now that we are in the winter season. This will play very well during the winter. Unfortunately for me though, the performance on this one is not as great as the past formulation. So I do struggle in that arena, but I can overspray. I will overspray, matter of fact. But yeah, I am gonna pull this one out more so she or he can get the proper love that it deserves for 2022. Okay, so next up I have Dark Purple from Montal. Now this is actually my only fragrance from the brand, and it has this super annoying pin. So I'm going to take this off before I get on my own nerves today. But so my only fragrance from the brand, and I really do enjoy this one. So this is a fruity floral balm in my opinion. It has a super rich plum note with some orange. It's got a little bit of rose as well as patchouli in there. So in the opening blast, I get a heavy dose of that plum. That plum is so ripe and sweet and juicy, and it's mixed with a little bit of that citrusiness that you get from the orange. So as this starts to dry down, that patchouli note for me starts to peek through and become a little bit more present, as well as that muskiness. I want to say there's also some type of woodsy note in here too, because I do get some type of woodsy vibe as this gets to the very dry down, but I really do enjoy this scent. I feel like that you can get away with this year round, but more predominantly during this time of year. This is a beast mode type of fragrance, okay? This does not lack any performance issue whatsoever. You can spray this early on in the day and still get a very present sillage towards the end of the day, okay? You can choose to top off if you want to, of course, but this doesn't have any issues with performance. This also does give off a little bit of that synthetic vibe that Montal is known for, but as this dries down, it starts to dissipate, so I don't mind it at all. Beautiful fruity floral, and I really do need to start bringing this out more, especially during this time of the season. So jumping over to the sister company to Montal, I have Pearl from Mancera. Now, this is quite the interesting fragrance, y'all. This is pretty interesting, okay? It is so interesting that it intrigued me to want to buy this, but out of the 2 years that I've owned this, I've only worn this twice. And what I get from this is fig. And it's fig through and through, from top to bottom, straight fig, okay? So there's supposed to be green apple in here, bergamot, white peach, as well as jasmine and some rose. Unfortunately for me, I don't get anything else but fig. I do sense a little bit of jasmine, and I think that's what's causing this fig in here to come off sharp. And so, yeah, it's just been sitting on my shelf because I haven't figured out exactly what I was gonna do with this. And I've decided that I am going to list this up for sale. Yeah, there's no point in trying to force this to work. I just might as well let it go and give it to somebody else who could get better use out of this. But it's a primarily fig type of fragrance, and I thought I truly loved fig. Like Philosophus from Diptyque, I can do that fig, and that is a green fig. And then there's fig in Gris Charnel. I can do that fig, but the fig in here, it's a little bit much for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. So this next one is one that's kind of shocking for me that I haven't been grabbing for it here lately, and that is Valentino's Donna Born in Roma. Now, it's been just a little bit over 6 months since I've worn this, and I just don't know why. But this is a very pretty, warm, sweet scent. It's got black currant, it's got jasmine, it's got cashmere, and it's got that bourbon vanilla. And I really feel like the bourbon vanilla in here is what makes this oh so special. So to me, this is a flirtatious type of scent. This is definitely a date night type of scent, in my opinion. This is a year-round type fragrance that you can wear, so I need to pull her out and get some wear out of her. She definitely deserves to have her shine in 2022, y'all. So yeah, I'm so shocked that I haven't been pulling for this, but I'm gonna pull her up to the front. She deserves to be in the front. So I've got another very pretty scent, and that is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. This is a gorgeous, pretty girl scent. This is the quintessential feminine fragrance. This is your vanilla, your lavender. It's got a little bit of bergamot in there. It's got some iris, it's got some jasmine. Gorgeous, gorgeous concoction of a scent, okay? And the reason why I have been neglecting this one is because I have been giving all my love and affection to the intense version of this, all right? This has my heart. This will never leave my collection. This is top 5, honestly, top 5. The intense version has been getting all the love, but I do need to go ahead and give her a break and show the original Trailblazer some more love. So the difference between the two is that the intense has the Madagascar vanilla as well as the Tahitian, whereas this one just has Tahitian vanilla. So yeah, I love them both, but that intense, baby, that intense. But she is just as beautiful, y'all. She's just as beautiful, and she deserves her limelight as well. So 2022, she will get worn more. So this next one is a cheapie that I fancy, and that is Fancy from Jessica Simpson. That was so corny. And y'all, this is the only celebrity fragrance that I own in my collection. Yeah, but this one is so good. This is a warm and cozy yet fresh type of scent. This is perfect for this time of year. So this has got vanilla in here. It's a little bit nutty. I want to say it has like almond, it's got apricot, it's got a pear note in here. This is really good. And for it to be a celebrity fragrance, I feel like it's blended very well. It's not cheesy to me. It's a cheapie, but it's not cheesy. From what I remember, this was a gourmand scent that's not overly done. So this is a gourmand scent that I can definitely get with, that I can wear without feeling like I'm being suffocated by sweetness. So Fancy by Jessica Simpson is very inexpensive. I want to say you can find this at a Marshall's for like $20-something or something. But I absolutely love this scent, and I honestly forgot about this scent, but again, it was in the back of the shelf, so this definitely will get some wear during this time of year. So the last one on my list is Shampak Absolute from Tom Ford. Now this is another really unique and interesting fragrance, but this one is very beautiful. Oh, this is very beautiful. When I smell it though, I do immediately think of a yellow floral, but I think of like ylang ylang, and I want to say Shampak is a yellow floral, but it is a very floral dominant fragrance. So if you're not into florals, then you will not be into this. But this floral is different because it has a boozy note in here, but it's not boozy like liquor boozy. It's boozy like wine-ish boozy. So it has a note of cognac, but I don't get cognac vibes. I get like wine vibes. So this fragrance was never on my radar to purchase. In fact, I had never heard of this one, but I had gone to Saks to pick up Tobacco Vanille. Naturally, when you get to a fragrance counter, you want to smell the other things before you make the purchase that you intended on purchasing. So I got a whiff of Tobacco Vanille, of course, and a few others, and this one. So she sprayed this one on my skin, and I could not get over how beautiful this smelt coming off my skin. Let me say this also. Tom Ford is one of those brands where if you smell it on paper and you like it on paper, you have to spray it on your skin to confirm whether or not you like it, okay? You have to confirm on your skin with Tom Ford. That is one brand that I feel like it changes with every type of surface that you spray the fragrance on. So I smelled this one on paper, smelt it on my skin. It smelled better on my skin than it did on the paper. And I was like, you know what? I am going to pick this one up instead of Tobacco Vanille. So this is actually my very first private line fragrance from Tom Ford. Beautiful yellow floral fragrance, and I really do need to pull this one back out. This is an underrated gem in the collection in my opinion, and yeah, I need to show this one some love. All right guys, so that is the end of my list for today. No more neglection in 2022. I'm gonna show my fragrances more love this year and just, you know, get to enjoy them and make new memories. All right, so if you have a fragrance or fragrances in your collection that you've been neglecting, are you going to try to wear them more, or are you going to decide that you need to go ahead and let them go? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, so until the next time, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Y'all, the sun and me, listen, if it wasn't so hot, I wouldn't go up there myself and give it a word or two, okay? I really need you to cooperate for me today. Please, 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 please cooperate.